What's up, everyone? What's up? Welcome. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys had a good day today. So I decided to start early since I'm bored. So I figured why not, right? Not that big of a deal. Not like I get, crazy amount of views anyway, so whatever. Um I before I get into other things, I wanted to start this out, okay? Because, tonight we're talking about the status quo of the dating market is the result of women's actions and words. And I will have later on have a whole bunch of videos to, you know, prove it or, back it up, whatever. I also wanted to talk about my recent dating dating life, It's barely there, okay? It's barely there. Because I'm more focused on building myself, focus on investing, focus on hobbies, focus on this channel. Okay. So creating content, making these videos, whatever. I'm more focused on those. So I'm not putting a lot of focus on dating, but once in a while I do talk to some women. And here's the thing where in recent time, okay, and I already know I'm no one special, okay? I'm not particularly good looking. I'm not particularly wealthy. I'm not particularly tall. I'm not nothing special. Okay, you name it. The laundry list of a whole bunch of things. But that doesn't mean that I think less of myself. I think I'm a decent guy. Personality wise, I'm caring. Whatever. I'm not here to gloat or anything shit like that. So talking about my dating life has been shitty. So, why do I believe that a lot of men are tired? Now, I'm not saying that a lot of men will share exactly my same experience, but it's just that because the onus is so much on men, okay, to put the effort in, to plan everything, to pay for everything. It's always on men, to create the conversations, to whatever it is. So the onus is always on men. So men are getting tired where men are putting effort in but getting zero results. So in the last couple interactions I've had with women, in the sense that let's say one, a little while ago, you know, all she every time she wanted to hang out, is pretty much for me to do something for her. I.e., like, going out to eat, paying for her, go out to, have go places for fun, paying for her. And then after it, she leaves. So, or going to places where I could buy her something, whatever. So I knew it after a few times. Yeah, I know where this is going. So she was only interested in talking to me because I could buy things for her. It is what it is. I don't really I don't blame women for gold digging. Okay, I don't. It is what it is. That is women's prerogative. It is men's choice whether they allow the gold digging or not. And for me, I didn't. I pretty much after after a few stupidity interactions, I'm done. I was done with that. So and then subsequent other ones where I don't know about you. I don't know about if you guys are experiencing it, but and the and I predominantly, do the online dating, okay? Because it's easier. If a woman rejects you, which I get it. I get rejections. If they reject you, um, it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt as much or it doesn't hurt at all. For me, it doesn't really hurt at all. If a woman ghosts you, if a woman ghosts me, if a woman rejects me, if a woman says whatever to me, it's like whatever. On to the next one, okay? So online, it's less ego bruising, right? It's less ego bruising. So I've been doing online dating, and for me, it's like I don't know about you guys if you guys are experiencing it, but I've been experiencing a lot of scammers, a lot of scammers. Women that, you know what, they're talking to you, right? They're like, oh, let's talk together. Let's talk. Let's get off the apps and talk. And then you're like, let's go on WhatsApp. It's like, what? I've been fooled quite a few times where, women just want to go on WhatsApp, and I was like, I know this what they're doing. They're Bitcoin scamming me. We're saying, oh, if you what you call it, if you want to get into Bitcoin, here's how I can help you out with this. Like, girl, I don't need, or whatever you are, I don't need you. Need your help for investments. And sometimes, I do talk to these women, on the phone. So that's why I was like, sometimes I get iffy about it. So sometimes I was like unsure about it. Are you real or not? But it's happened so often. I'm like, it's always a scam. So I don't know if a lot of men are experiencing this scam shit, right? They're dealing with fake women or fake accounts or just fake approaches where these women are supposedly interested in you, but they're only interested after a few conversations, and then they start talking about Bitcoin or whatever shit they want to do. So why I want to talk about this is just that just recently, right? Just recently, this woman on Facebook, and I was questioning this. I was cautious about it. Okay. Friend request me, all right? Start talking to me and start, seeming to be interested in me. And it happened for a couple of days, right? Just like saying hi, good night, good morning, like, and moving the conversation along, talking about each other, getting to know each other, shit like that. Sending pictures, doing voice calls, right? You can hear the person. Sometimes doing video calls a little bit. Oh, usually always short when the voice call and the video calls, whatever, But yes, doing a lot of effort, right? A lot of effort of messaging, right? Of getting to know the person. And then recently she's trying to tell me, oh, this I don't know, this business she's doing. Some whatever business. Okay, it's a stupid business. So tell me, oh, I'm doing this business. I'm doing this thing. I think you should learn how to do it too. What? I said I don't need to. I'm good. I don't. I'm not looking to learn about any side hustles. Oh, but they're like, oh, you should. Oh, we could share this together. Okay, we could both do this together, and then it's a bonding experience. Like, I don't really need to. I'm not desiring to do any side hustles. Okay, I mean, whether we do this side business or not, it's not needed for us to get to know each other. Keep on pushing, keep on pushing. And then it's like, oh, then fine, okay. If you don't want to, I just thought that would be a nice thing for us to do. It's like, no, I'm good. I don't really want to do a side hustle. And then she's like, okay, it's like, oh, I gotta get back to work or I gotta do something. Okay, okay. And then boom, just no more, right? Cut off. No silent, no more good night messages, no more good morning messages. And it's like, I figured that. I knew I was there were moments, right? There were moments where I questioned it, right? But it's just how much it's like I'm like, I don't understand these women where, or maybe these scammers. They go through so much effort, okay? It's like really trying to tell you about them, get to know you, all this shit. It's like, really, why go through so much effort just to try to get some, and I guess yes, it's probably money and shit like that. But there was moments where I was like, I questioned it. So, and then once you talk about a side hustle, I knew it was like, boy, I knew what this was. I knew what this was. So, I mean, I'm just thinking that, and again, my stupid luck. Okay, I don't know. I don't know if other men are experiencing it. Probably not. Right? Probably not. Maybe it's just my my loser self, right? Experiencing these shitty scammers. So, but it's like, why I say that I think men are getting tired is that men are trying, and then we're getting just shitty results. Men are just always hitting a brick wall. Men are just like, when you try to like get to know someone, boom, turn out that she's just a scammer. She's just trying to use you for some kind of side hustle shit. you're trying to get know someone, boom, someone is just, trying to hustle you on crypto. I'm like, it's just that it's just and this is the thing where back before like the whole online dating, okay, going up to women and trying to talk to them, trying to get numbers, trying to ask them out and shit like that, and then reject it, then do it again, trying to ask them out, get to the numbers, reject it again. So that's the same kind of idea where you're trying to get to know women and you still get rejected. You still get, no woman is desiring to actually get to know you or actually, you know, wanting to go out with you. And so now I'm just getting scammers that, what, obviously none of these scammers want to go out with me or whatever. So these are just fake shit. Or people are just women pretending to be interested in you just to fucking try to scam you some other way. So I'm just saying how dating has never been easy or fun or comfortable or like enjoyable for men in general. Yes, the top tier men where women go approach them and ask them out, or men that women desire on dating apps, all this shit. So yes, those men have no problem. But average men to maybe sometime below average men, yeah, those men are just, they're tired. What's the point? They're just, everything is just shitty, right? It's sucky. So I'm just saying that, like, I'm just sharing my experience and showing that, this is probably why, and not saying exactly mine, but it's like men are just tired. Men are tired. You hear so much nowadays where women don't want you to approach you, right? Don't want you to approach them because you're creepy, you're ugly, you're not tall enough, you don't sound good, you don't dress good, you don't look good, you don't make enough. It's like, it's just a barrage of like shooting you down, barrage of like putting you down, barrage of you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not, you're invisible, you're not worth it. It's like, men just tired. It's just, dating has been really tiring for men. It has been exhausting for men. And this is a thing where some men don't understand because they're not part of necessarily the average men group, or, they're not part of the average to below average men group. So they don't understand it. And definitely women don't, So I'm just saying that, like, this is a thing where dating it's hard. It's hard. It's annoying. It's tedious, so it's very tiring. So yeah, I can understand why a lot of men have given up. A lot of men don't want to deal with it anymore because it's just too much. It's just too much. So I just wanted to share a bit of my own personal experiences and just things I've been going through to just show that, what, I understand why a lot of men are just tired, right? And this is the thing where, yes, I'm tired of the dating market, so I put my focus, okay, on improving myself. I'm trying to exercise more. I'm trying to focus on building myself financially. I'm trying to focus on myself, building myself, mentally. I'm trying to focus on, hobbies. I'm trying to focus on, building my channel, building my content. So, have other areas where I'm not depressed, okay? I'm not like crying. I'm not crying in a corner, right? So, that's just I don't know. I just want to share my experience if other men feel the same way, or have know that they're not alone, shit like that. So, yeah. But yeah, what do you guys think? I just wanted to share with you guys some bit of, I guess, vloggy kind of shit, right? But yeah. But yeah, let's get started with some content. Let's get started with something. All right, let's get started with some content. I do want to thank you guys for any of you guys who just, who like my content, who supports me. So I'm always humble, I'm always thankful, because again, I always think that, I'm no one special, not particularly good looking for, video, not particularly charming for video or, voice shit. So I'm very thankful. Right? I'm very thankful for you guys for any kind of support and all the support. Okay, so I always wanted to mention that. All right, let's get started. All right, let's check out this clip.
So me and my situationship had a call the other day. We were supposed to see each other, but he canceled last minute. Just no explanation, no apology. So I called him, and surprisingly, he picked up this time. I straight up asked him, I was like, do you even want to see me? And he was like, I want to see you when I want to see you. Wow, when I thought he couldn't go lower than ghosting on me, he's always going lower. So basically he means he only wants to see me whenever it's most convenient for him. He's not gonna make time for me, but he's gonna make time for other people, for like the more important people in his life. And I'm just the option, I'm just a backup plan for whenever he's bored. And what's the worst about this? It's just like, I feel like he wouldn't even treat a stranger this disrespectfully. Like flaking last minute and also wasting the other person's time like this. I'm busy too, like it's not only you working, but I'm making time for you. And I also asked if he's gonna be free any other night this week, and he's like, I don't know yet, I can't commit yet. And he low-key was gaslighting me. He's like, if you can be more chill about this and more spontaneous about this, I'm gonna be more interested. But now you're acting this way, I'm less interested. I'm so sick and tired of just being an option, or hoping somebody would choose me over the other person. I know I deserve better, but why am I keep running into men like this? Seriously, why? So me and my situation.
Because you choose it. You choose it. Like I just told you guys about my my hardships, right? My dating hardships. Okay? This is a thing where at the end of the day we choose it. Okay? Particularly women. Women choose it, right? Men get what they can get. Women pick from what they, all the options. Okay, men have to create options. Women, they are inundated by options. Okay, options are just flooding their DMs, while men, they have to create the options that they can get, and that's like lucky if they can. And here's a woman complaining about a man that she chose, right? She chose him. She's interested in him, and she aimed towards him. You wanted him, right? You chose him. So there's nothing you can say that, this is why I make the content. The problem is that I don't criticize women for, doing what they want to do. Do it. Whatever you want to do. You want to be single? Cool. You want a relationship? Cool. You want to date whenever? Whatever. You want to do whatever you want to do. The problem is you complain. The problem is you complain. Okay? You complain and you say, "Oh, why are men like this?" Or why do men get like? It's like, seriously? I mean, like, you chose them, right? You chose these men. You were dealing with these men. So there's no one to blame but yourself. Because even when I was dealing with like the scammers and shit like that, I foolishly dealt with them. It's my fault. Okay. I knew that, you know what? These are scammers. These are whatever. So, I deal with them. So, what can I say? What can I say? I have to deal with these type of people. So I can't complain about my actions, but women do. So let's break this down.
Had a call the other day. We were supposed to see each other, but so me and my situationship had a call the other day. We were supposed to see each other, but he canceled.
And it's your situationship. It's like women are. I'm sorry. Like I can't understand how dense women are. Right? I know it sounds bad, but you chose it. You chose this situation. Right? Instead of getting with a man that wants to be in a relationship with you, you chose a man that just wants you for a fun time, a situationship. So really, you blame yourself. You could have chosen a man that wants to be in a relationship with you. Instead, you chose a man that just wants to have fun with you. and a man that wants to have fun with you, you're not a priority to him. You're only a priority, or he only thinks about you when he wants to have fun with you. That is it. If he doesn't want to have fun with you, he doesn't give a shit.
The last minute, just no explanation, no apology. So I called him, and surprisingly, he picked up this time. I straight up asked him, I was like, do you even
Surprisingly, he picks up this time. I swear, I've had women on dating apps ghost me after, a couple texts. Okay, a couple texts in, just disappear. While there are women that will, even if he ignores you, right? Even if he ignores you, even if he doesn't pick up your phone, you still call back. You still hung up on him. I'm not, you know what? It's like, this is a thing where I'm not hating on the player. The player will play the game. I'm not hating on the guy. Okay? But this is the insanity. This is the insanity where you will ghost or block or ignore the men that would want to be in a relationship with you, that would give you the time of day. But no, you don't want that. You want to be hung up on the chads, right? The chads. You want to be hung up on the chads. You want to be what is it? You want to be stressing over the chads. You want to be worrying. You want to be thinking constantly about the chads. Oh, when will he pick up? When will he pick up? Please pick up. Okay. You care about, and it's like, you know what? It is what it is. But this is the thing. If you chose that man, this is why I'm more critical of women. Women have the gambit, okay, of options. Yet they always pick wrong. Or I don't know if she's wrong or not. She always picks, the men they complain about. Always. They always pick the men they complain about. When they could have picked the men that would pick up the phone, wouldn't put you in a situationship, right? Would love you, respect you, would be in a relationship with you, but you don't. So really, at the end of the day, you chose him.
want to see me? And he was like, I want to see you when I want to see you. Wow, when I thought he couldn't go lower than ghosting on me, he's always going lower. So basically,
And yet you are still there. Okay? He went low, right? He went low for ghosting you, yet you called him, right? You still called him. This is the thing where this is why the players, the bad boys, the Chads, the Tyrones, the Pookies, they're winning. This is why players are winning. This is why the players are winning. This is why the men that are enjoying, right? Enjoying hookup culture, enjoying being single, okay? This is why these men don't commit. This is why these men don't need to commit, don't want to commit, because women are on these men's jocks, right? These women will break rules for these men, okay? I guarantee you, a man that ghosts a woman, right? Let's say an average man, a below average man that ghosts a woman, she wouldn't give a shit. She wouldn't even call him back. He wouldn't even be on her mind anymore. But the Chad, right, that ghosted her, she's constantly stressing about him. She's constantly thinking about him. She's constantly wondering what he's doing. She needs his validation. She needs his attention. And this is why the players win. Because these men know how to manipulate women. Because these men know that they are desired by women. So these men don't give a shit. This is why when women say, oh, these men don't commit. No. These men don't need to commit. Because you want these men regardless of them committing or not. Right? You want these men regardless of them committing or not.
Means he only wants to see me whenever it's most convenient for him. He's not gonna make time for me, but he's gonna make time for other people, for like the more important people in his life. And I'm just the option, I'm just a backup plan for whenever he's bored. And what's the worst about this? It's just like, I feel like he wouldn't even treat a stranger this disrespectfully.
Because a stranger wouldn't give a shit about him. You do. It's like you're groveling for his attention, okay? A stranger wouldn't put up with that shit. A stranger's like, who is this motherfucker? I don't know him. So of course I wouldn't put up with this shit. So, but you, right? This is why, this is the thing with women, where it's like they seem so, women are so, they have so many degrees, yet women are not that smart, right? Even though, yes, I do think women are smart, but they constantly prove how, you know, unintelligent they are. This man knows that it doesn't matter what he does, you will put up with it. Because you will still want him. You will still be waiting for his call. You will still be calling him, right? Hoping he picks up. A stranger wouldn't put up with this shit because they don't know, they don't have to. They wouldn't want to. They don't know this motherfucker. They're not desiring this motherfucker. You are. You want him, right? So he knows that, and it's been shown, right? He ghosts you. You are still waiting for his call. You're still trying to call him back. You're still trying to get his attention. So he knows he can do this. This is why men know that they don't have to commit. Men know that they can put women in situationships and it'll be fine because women will put up with it. Women will put up with it. Men know that, you know what? They can lie to women. They can abuse women. They can cheat on women. And not just, I'm not saying all men. I'm saying the men that women desire know. The men that women desire knows that they can do all this bad shit and women will still put up with it. Women will still pick these types of men over good men or over the men that would be good for them. That would give them all the opposite, right? Not lie to them, not cheat on them, give them relationships, right? Not abuse them. But they don't want these men. These men are simps. These men are unattractive. These men are corny. These men are creeps. So they don't want these men. So women want the men that they do want. Fine. And the men that they do want knows that you all want him, right? You all want him, right? The roster wants him. You all put up with his shit. He does not need to change. This is why the players, the bad boys, the pookies, they don't need to change. They have no desire to change. Because why should they? Some men women will be the 10th baby mama, right? They will be the 10th baby mama to this man. Why does he need to change? He doesn't.
Like flaking last minute and also wasting the other person's time like this. I'm busy.
Your time is meaningless to him. Because you willingly would waste it. You willingly would waste your own time.
Too. Like, it's not only you working, but I'm making time for you. And I also asked if he's gonna be free any other night this week. And he's like, I don't know yet. I can't commit yet. And he low-key was gaslighting me. He's like,
This is why men are waking up, right? Thanks to male content, it's helping other men wake up. Helping other men understand that, wow, she will put up with this shit. Women will put up with shit like this. Yet, if a man does not, let's say, book a woman an Uber, right? She wouldn't put up with. This is why men know that because you're not putting up with it, or you don't allow it, or you have standards or boundaries, it's because you're unattracted to that man. This is a thing where I know that if I'm dealing with a woman that has like any little thing, right? She calls a red flag. I know that she doesn't want me anyway. I know that she doesn't find me attractive. I know that she's not into me because I know the man that she does want, right? The man that she does want, he doesn't have to book an Uber. She wouldn't notice any of his red flags. So I know, right, that I know how women work, and that's the important part. You know that if she's attracted to you, if she actually wants you, she will put up with every fucking thing. And I'm not saying that women should. I'm just saying that it's a reality. That if she wants you, if she's attracted to you, she will have no boundaries, no rules. But if she doesn't like you, if she's not attracted to you, you will be climbing, you will have to be dealing with so many rules, so many boundaries, so many preferences, and all. No, it will be hell. Yo, Elk, my brother, it's been a long ass time. I hope you're doing well.
If you can be more chill about this and more spontaneous about this, I'm gonna be more interested. But now you're acting this way, I'm less interested. I'm so sick and tired of just being an option or hoping somebody would choose me over the
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, gayism. Interesting name. Thank you. I'm not trying to be, but you know what? I'm glad you find some entertainment in it. Oh, Monkey. I love the Avengers. I love the Avengers. I missed you, Elk Man. I missed you. I missed you, my brother.
other person. I know I deserve better, but why am I keep running into men like this?
Why does she keep running into men like this? This is the thing where I've said this, right, countless times before. One of the biggest red flags of women is the men they are attracted to and the men they attract. Because this is a thing where you can see this is the type of woman, okay? This is why I say it's a red flag. The men that women attract and the men that women are attracted to. Because you can see what type of woman she is. Why you running to these men? Because you're attracted to these men. You are attracted to these types of men. So that's why you're running into these men. She made another video that I thought was interesting and it tells a lot. So let's check out this other video.
I'm 28 in my late 20s. I just don't understand how my parents' generation can just have kids when they're like 23, 24, or like my age, 27, 28. I don't know how they did it. My mom had me when she was 31, which I think 31 is still a very young age to have kids. And at her time, she was considered as one of the late boomers of having kids because all her friends around her were having kids in their early 20s. That is so crazy, having kids at such a young age. And then they were just all super mature and very good at parenting. I mean, most of them seem like they know what they're doing. And me, 28, out here, still feel like I'm a teenager. I'm trying to avoid adulting responsibilities every day, and I don't have anything figured out, like regarding career, house, car, partner, none of that. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to get to my parents' maturity level. I'm 28 in my late 20s. I just don't understand.
This is the thing where that's why it's telling with the last video why this woman doesn't understand how older generations work. Older generations don't deal with this hookup culture shit, the situation culture shit. They know what it's like. They're not dealing with people that just want to have sex. No, they are serious about their future. Only to women nowadays. This is the problem with the whole carousel riding. Okay, the whole carousel riding that women do. Women are not in their 20s. Women are not serious about their life. They're not serious about their life, especially when it comes to dating. Women aren't serious about it. Women don't prioritize men. Women don't care. So men are nothing, right? Men are just people to have sex with. That's it. They were hoeing this. They were less hoish. Exactly. So her parents had kids early or had kids in their 20s because they're not bullshitting around. They're not dating, situationship this man, situationship that man, situationship this man. No. Hook up with that man, hook up with this man. No, they're not doing that shit. They're not racking up bodies. They're not just, out there riding the carousel with no care in the world. No, they're serious about life. They're serious about life. They're serious about, being a productive adult, creating a life, not wasting time. This generation of women, they waste time. This is why women are having relationships, right? Serious relationship later in life, why they're getting married later in life, why they're having kids later in life. Women are not serious about men until they're close to the wall. That's the thing. And this is why most nowadays a growing amount of adults are having very few kids, having about one kid every relationship, right? One kid each marriage. They're not having many kids. And that's the thing, because they don't prioritize men. Women either prioritize having fun or their career. That is it. Men are to the wayside. And this is why one of the biggest reasons I've said that dating is failing or hard or for women and shit like that, why women are failing, because they don't give a shit about men until the clock is really ticking. In their 30s, in their mid 30s. Now the clock is ticking. And guess what? Men are not dealing with that shit. Oh, now you care? Now I'm a priority? Fuck that shit. No. I don't go on your time schedule, right? I'm not going on your time clock. I'm going on mine, right? This is why men do not follow. Men are not following this shit. Right? You didn't care about me, right? In your 20s. Now you care? And this is the insanity where you see this. Older women are chastising, insulting men their own age. Oh my God. What's going on with men my own age? They don't want to settle down. No, duh. You didn't want them in your 20s. And now you do because you're closer to the wall? Nah. Men ain't dealing with that shit. And this is the thing. Our parents weren't like that. They knew the clock will be ticking. They knew that they're not fucking around with life. They knew that they have to be serious. They have to date with intention. Women don't. Women are starting to date with intention in their mid 30s. Seriously? No, men ain't doing this shit. So this is the thing where men don't get women at their prime, but as men age, they get into their financial prime. That's when women want them? Nah. Men ain't playing with that shit.
Understand how my parents' generation can just have kids when they're like 23, 24, or like my age, 27, 28. I don't know how they did it. My mom had me when she was 31, which I think 31 is still a very young age to have kids. And at her time, she was considered as one of
I would say 31 is pretty old.
the late boomers of having kids because all her friends around her were having kids in their early 20s. That is so crazy.
And I agree. Elk said it. They still don't value men. It's entirely selfish about their needs to avoid infertility and to save money for retirement. Exactly. We are dealing with an increased amount of selfish women, egotistical women, narcissistic women.
Having kids at such a young age. And then they were just all super mature and very good at parenting. I mean, most of them seem like they know what they're doing. And me, 28, out here, still feel like I'm a teenager. I'm trying to avoid adulting responsibilities every day, and I don't have anything figured out, like regarding career, house, car, partner, none of that. Yeah, it's gonna take a while for me to get to my parents' maturity level. I'm 28.
And that's the thing where I think the roles have reversed. Men don't want to deal with these immature women. Men aren't. If this is the thing where if men have to deal with immature women, why not date younger, right? Why not date the women that are in the 21, 25? Why date immature women in their 30s? Why? Why the hell would you do that? You might as well, if you're dating an immature woman, you might as well date a younger woman, right? At least that gives you a reason why she's so immature, because she's young and immature. This is now women. These are women that have hit their, midlife crisis or whatever, and they're still immature. Nah, I think men are good. Men are good. What do you guys think? Elk, I missed you, my brother. I really have. It's been ages. I'm glad you caught alive, right? It's not fun. It's not fun enough without you. I tell you that. All right, let's check out another video. Let's check out this video.
So why do men no longer come up to women? I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men, this post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of their responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for some women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that It takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. Men were also saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos, and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive things to a woman is emotional intelligence, and that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested, and then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, you know? Like, just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine, and it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but I think that might help. I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community. And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more. And I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person. And I just don't want to lose that as a humanity. So why?
I've had a few videos talking about men not approaching anymore, because this is a thing where women are so entitled and privileged. Here's a woman that only approached a man once in her life, and then now here's telling men, oh, more men should start approaching women, and here's how to do it. But you know what? It's confusing. So you have to be sure. You have to be careful. Like, this is why men don't approach. Women make shit difficult. Back in the day, it wasn't like women aren't saying that there aren't a group of women that says don't approach and another group of women said do approach. It wasn't that confusing. And then it wasn't that confusing when women saying, oh, no, you should approach like this, you should approach like that, but it doesn't guarantee you'll get anything, but you should do it anyway. Like, what the fuck? It's like, seriously, do you not hear yourself? In one way, you are one of the groups of women that make dating, approaching difficult, confusing. And then you say that, oh, you should do it like this, but it's not a guarantee. This is the problem where listening to women is honestly a headache. It's a headache. And that's the thing where, let's say this, I think women are ridiculous in the fact that, Elk kind of said it. Okay. A little bit more, a lot of stuff, right? He said, so if the bitch is attracted to you, it's good. All others are creeps. F off thought. That's the thing where men know it. Men know it. It doesn't, it's like emotional intelligence. This is a shit where a lot of women seem to neglect reality. Most men are not smooth. Most men are not good with words. Most men are awkward, nervous, and all that shit. It's not emotional intelligent. Okay. It is a mentality. Confidence, right? Confidence is a mental state. It's a mentality that's developed from success, right? It's developed from success. It's developed from over and over success. And a lot of times, and not always, right? I mean, even if a man failed 1,000,000 times, that could also desensitize himself from failure. But again, most men are not, want to go through 1,000,000 failures and then, be desensitized from it. So more often than not, the confidence is from men actually succeeding, right? Men actually succeeding at it. So men also know that success is that women are usually attracted to him. So this is the thing where it's like hearing women talk about how you should do it and this and that is like it's so entitled because you are never or rarely ever with her one time at the other end of the the rifle. Okay, you're not at the other end of the rifle. You're the one pulling the trigger. So it is kind of ridiculous. Uh, so I guess let's break this down.
No longer come up to women. I asked this in a TikTok last week, and it got so many comments, especially from men. And I just want to preface this with, this was no shade to men. This post was no shade to men, and neither is this one. I was just genuinely curious and asking. I love men, I think they're awesome, and I think that they're a little confused right now. But most of the responses said something like, we were told not to go up to you guys, and we were told that you want to be left alone, and you just want your own space, and you don't want us approaching you. Which for someone...
And that is the truth. And it's not just women saying men to not approach, okay? It's women ridiculing men. It's women calling men creeps. It's women putting down men. Let's say even back in the day, men were tired of it too. Men were tired of approaching. Men are tired of rejection. Just like earlier on I said that, dating gets tiring. Most men don't enjoy it because most men experience more failures than success. It is tiring. The dating process, the approaching, all that shit, men are tired of it. Because it's like, this is the thing where it's like only the entitled don't ever understand. It gets tiring, right? It gets tiring for the one to be all nervous, be all, feeling like, I wonder if she's going to be into me or not. I wonder if she's even attracted to me or not. Or I'm going to go up to her and boom, get rejected from her. And then boom, again and again and again and again. It is tiring, right? Because this is the thing where women are the entitled princess. They don't understand the meaning of rejection. Majority of women do not understand the meaning of rejection. They don't understand the feeling of rejection. They don't. Men do. So men are tired of it. Now before men had to just deal with the feeling of rejection. And more now is like the feeling of being called a creep. And now blatantly tell men, don't approach. I don't want you to approach. Don't approach me. Don't approach me in the gym. Don't approach me out in the wild. Don't approach. It's like, fine, fuck it. We're done anyway. Right? It was men were already at the edge of the cliff. Right? Already at the edge of the cliff. And women just push men the rest of the way. Men are tired of it. And this is the thing, this woman's thought process is not towards every man, right? Because she's not asking every man to approach her. No. Because she doesn't want those. She wants the men that she's attracted to approach her. We all know that shit. So this shit is all so tiring. You want to spew your propaganda to every man, but you actually want to narrow the scope to just the men that you are attracted to, not the men that you're not. So really, it's tiring.
Women, that can absolutely be true, but I love meeting people in person, and I just think that it takes a confident person to go up to someone when you see them in person, and I think it's a really cool way to meet people rather than meeting people online. And we're also...
I said this before where, yes, it takes a confident person to do that. And again, confidence is not something you're born with. Not necessarily. I don't think so. It's something you develop thanks to success. I believe the majority of confidence is thanks to success. That's how it's developed. So guess what? The men that are successful are the men that, you know what? They're not bothered by this. They're not bothered by, should I approach or not? Because she's just one of the roster, right? One of many women he deals with. So that's the thing with women that They don't understand confidence is not easy. It's not. Most men, in my opinion, most men are awkward. Most men are shy. Most men are not smooth with their words. Most men don't flow, with how to speak to women. Most men don't. So it's not an easy thing.
Saying things like they were called creeps and weirdos and they don't want to be called that. It's not a pleasant experience. But I will say that it has to do with how you approach a woman. Like, for example, myself and my friends have had men come up to us with a really, really intense energy, like a very in-your-face energy, and they're really nervous and they're kind of scattered and they're very pushy or weird, and their energy is just off. And one of the most attractive.
And that is the thing with now there are some men that are definitely creeps, okay? So they're probably coming off as like in more of a negative way, but there are plenty of men, in my opinion, that's more in a shy, awkward way where they don't know how to go about it. They're not good at it. So they just falls to the wall, just go at it, okay? And that's the thing where women are not sympathetic towards it. They will chastise you. They will literally blow your effing brains out, right? So, that's the thing where women don't understand that it's not easy. It really isn't, because women are never the pursuers, if ever or rarely the pursuers, the ones to go up to men. Here's a woman that telling men how to do it, but yet in her life she's only done it once. How you've only done it once, yet you're telling men how to do it. It's like, really?
Things to a woman is emotional intelligence. And
This is a thing where I don't believe, I guess not really, that confidence is an emotional intelligent kind of thing. I don't believe so. I mean, maybe it could be, but I guess maybe it could be. But it's like I said, the confidence part is not an easy trait to get. Most men would love the confidence, love the ways to smoothly talk to a woman, always know what to, because I've experienced it where I don't know what the fuck to say to a woman. I don't. I mean, like, yes, you go through the whole arbitrary shit, like how are you, this, that, all the questions you can answer, but then like blank. What do I say next? What do I do next? I go blank. That's the thing. Most men, at least in my opinion, would just go blank. What do I say next? What would I say next that, would entertain her or she would like? It's not that easy, right? It's not that easy. So I had some friends who they flow with the words, right? They flow. They know how to joke. They know how to like say smooth words. They know how to do it. And it's just like, it's amazing. It's a skill. It's a skill that most men don't have.
And that shows within like the first few seconds of meeting someone when they introduce themselves to you. So if you're gonna go up to a woman, just like take a calm, deep breath. If you see a woman working on her laptop or something at a cafe, you can go up to her and be like, hey, my name is so-and-so. I thought you were really beautiful and you seem interesting. I would love to get to know you more if you're interested. And then slipping her your number on a napkin or something, Like just coming up to women with a calm energy and not giving off this like needy energy or this like pushy energy. I think that is what women don't like. I think it's really sweet and cute to be approached.
I know plenty of men have done that and still fail. So, great. Your advice does what? This is why when men are more blunt with it when they talk to other men. Men are know that if she doesn't find you attractive, it don't matter how you go about it. Because here's the thing. I guarantee you, and I've seen this. I've literally seen it, okay? In videos, well, it's video proof of a man being a jerk. A jerk, right? He's being a jerk to a woman. And she's still into him. He's ignoring her. She's still into him. Right? He's being a jerk. I just did a video. I just did last video, right? This man is ghosting her. This man is saying that, you know what? I'll make time for you whenever I want to make time for you. And she's like stressing over him. She's she's madly, I'm not saying love with him, but she's stressing over. She can't stop thinking about him. So this is the thing where men know it. If she's not into you, attracted to you, it doesn't even matter how you go about it. You could be nervous, you could be, it's like, I've seen it, right? Men will say creepy things. Men can say sexual things. The first thing he could say to a woman, sexual, right? He said a sexual thing. The first thing he said to her, if she finds him attractive, it don't matter, right? It don't matter. Panties right there, right? It don't matter. So men know that shit. Men know it. So this, listen to women does what? And you could do what she said, and if you still get no results, then what? Then what? You know that, you know what? She wasn't into you anyway. She wasn't attracted to you. So it didn't matter if you did, you approached her respectfully and nicely and not crazy like. She wasn't into you anyway. So
in person, and I know that there's a lot of women like me. There's probably some women out there who don't want to be approached, and that's fine, and it's hard to tell who's who. But I think you can tell when you go up to a girl kind of right away if she'd be interested or not based on her body language, and just be calm and natural and don't overthink it. You know, I know that's easier said than done. I've only gone up to a man once in my whole life, but
and that's the thing where it goes back where you don't listen. Men say this, right? You don't listen to the fish on how, you don't listen to the fish on how to catch other fish. She's had the privilege of only going up to one man in her whole life. And I bet you plenty of men have gone up to her. So you really don't know how to attract women. You really don't know how to, to find success for men.
I think that might help. I don't know. I think I'm just someone who's very interested in people interacting with each other and having experiences and building community.
She is interested, okay, in solving her own problems. Where a lot of women are finding problems where men aren't approaching anymore. That's their problem. So men are not putting the effort in that they used to put in. Right? The effort is like, oh, you should be approaching. I should not be going the extra effort of going on dating sites and swiping on these men. No, you should have gone the extra effort in approaching me. So I don't need to go the effort of trying to find the man. You should be coming to find me. And women like this are trying to solve their problems of not needing to put the effort in, where men come to her. So yeah, no duh. You're not, don't put that BS that you want people to more interact and shit. No, you don't. You want to solve the problem that you and your friends are dealing with, where there's not enough or many men or any men that are approaching you guys in the wild anymore. So now you have to go through apps to, you have to make the effort to go through apps and message and swipe and shit like that. And women don't want to do that. They want you to sit back, enjoy their life, and men come to them so they can just reject the men they're not interested or attracted to and just wait until the man that she is attracted to approaches her.
And I think the world is growing more and more introverted and people are on their phones more, and I just think it's beautiful to meet people out and in person, and I just don't want to lose that as a humanity. So why do,
in my opinion, personal opinion, okay, I believe, and this is, I think I'm the very, very few people who even has this opinion. I think we should lose it. I think we should lose it. In 2025, we should lose it. Men approaching women should be gone, in my personal opinion. Because here's the thing where we are dealing with the whole Me Too thing. We're dealing with women saying men don't approach. We're dealing with men being called creeps and losers and incels and all these shame language, okay? So men should stop approaching. Just women should just approach. Just approach. Let's change that dynamic. Let's give women the power that they so desire to have, okay? Let's give women the power. You want Western women? You want the power. You want to be equal to men? Fine. Approach. I believe more women should approach men. Approach the men that they want. It's like, this is a thing where it also gets rid of the bullshit. Men, if you know that if she hasn't approached you, she's not into you. It gets rid of that bullshit. So you know that women are only approaching men that they want. So men don't have to guess, oh, should I approach her because I wonder if she likes me? No, because she hasn't approached you, so obviously she's not into you. Because women are so confident, right? It's so it's so easy to approach. It's not that difficult, right? There's no, oh, men should approach, so of course, to women it's not that hard, it's not that difficult. So I believe women should approach. Personal opinion. I don't think many men are on that bandwagon, but I'm like, fuck it. It's a whole lot of mess that men have done. Like I said, how the world was before feminism, that was men's creation. Women did not want that. Women did not like that. So women destroyed it with feminism. So let's continue with the evolution that women they fought for so much. Women approach. All right, guys, let's do a bit of Kendra G. Let's do a bit of Kendra G. I think it'll be fun. I think it will be interesting. Well, the first clip is kind of a Kendra G. I mean, it's not really. This is, I saw this clip. She was a part of a panel, but she's not really talking. But the clip looks interesting, so I figured I'm gonna do this clip first. So. What the fuck? All right, I thought this clip was interesting, so let's check it out. It's 6 minutes long, so I'm gonna react to it while I'm watching it.
They are more willing to listen, more willing to do what it do. Okay? The old men, y'all. We got a problem, y'all. We got a problem. Come on in, because I love y'all. Y'all are coming to us with some, what do we got for y'all?
So your question is,
am I supposed to take these young guys
the YNs doing it for you?
serious, y'all? Because I feel like I'm robbing a cradle. I'm about to be 47 years old.
Oh! Okay, now these YNs, how old are they?
21, and my oldest child is 20.
47 and this immature. And then this is a thing where 47 this immature. So where's the brain develop, right? Where's the brain development? And this is the thing where if men have to deal with the women that are 47 and this immature, why wouldn't they deal with the one that's 27? Right? Why not deal with a woman that's 27? Why not deal with a woman that's 25? If you're this immature, you might as well deal with a younger woman that's probably just as immature. Maybe even more mature than her. All right? So it's ridiculous. And here's the thing. This woman is ridiculous. This is why women can never say shit about men dating young. Women can never say shit about men dating young women, because here's the thing. If given the chance, women would do the same. I've seen this before. Like, seriously. You also hear the whole, the teachers thing that date or have relationships with their students, if given the chance, women would do the same shit too. So, you can't throw stones at a glass house, right? Can't how you gonna call the it's like these are the insanity of women. How can you blast men when you're no different? You're no better. Women are no better than men. Women aren't. All right.
55.
I think that's too large of an age gap. It's like you're gonna control that person. They don't know any better
I totally
yet.
dismiss that baby. But those are the ones that are
What does he have to offer you at 21 years old?
nothing. The 40 and up year old men are like treating women like prostitutes.
Are they
Let's
treating-
just be honest.
Okay, are they treating women like prostitutes or they treating you like a prostitute?
Treating them like prostitutes. So they're the ones that are around her own age paying for sex, but the young men are just getting sex for free. It's not like you're not having sex with these young men, and I'm pretty sure they're not making enough money to pay for it, so they're just getting it for free, while the older men are actually paying for it.
Let Kitty talk. Let Kitty talk. Let Kitty talk.
I don't play with men.
Hold on, we gotta let the panelists talk now.
Let her cook.
Let her cook.
Oh Jesus! I'm trying to sugarcoat it, but I don't know how. Baby, the way you came to this microphone and started talking showed me exactly why these 47 and up year olds are not dealing with you.
They're approaching.
They approaching, but they not sticking. We don't care about the approach. Anybody can approach anybody that got something between their legs. They not sticking. Why are they not sticking? Look at the way that you came to even ask the question. You went around about 15,000 times. Anybody with the intellect can see that on a mental level, maturity, you are not there. So where these men, these 47-year-olds who lead and have things going for themselves are going to land on that. And that's the reason why you're attracting these YNs, because these YNs want you to mother them. They don't care about nothing else. They found a mother in you because you had something to prove. At the level that you are, on the spiritual maturity level, on the intellectual maturity level, on the emotional maturity level, just by the way that you talk, I work with people every single day, is the reason why it's not sticking. So before we get to this microphone and say next time, why are these 40-something-year-old men not doing this, and why are these 25-something-year-old men doing this, we need to go ahead and take that mirror, that God-given mirror, and look at ourselves and ask.
And that's the thing. Most women, in my opinion, do not do self-reflection. They are the reason why their life is how it is. They are the reason how their life is how it is. Because this is the thing where, let's say, I'm just talking about dating. Women have the power. Women have so much power when it comes to dating. They choose the men they deal with. Right? Women choose the men they deal with. I mean, again, you choose the men that can get your body. You choose them. So, all these men that you complain about, all these men that, whatever you said, that they treat women like whatever, well, you chose them. You gave him your body, right? You gave him kids. You gave him your youth, your body and shit like that. So, you chose him. So you can't now choose the shitty men and then complain about shitty men. Right? You chose them. And then women don't understand that, you know what? If I did some self-reflection, I understand that, you know what? I am the problem. Not men. Not these men, because at the end of the day, there will be good people and bad people. You can't tell people what to do. You can't tell people what to be. You can't tell a bad person to be a good person. You can't tell a good person to be a bad person. What you can do is control yourself. You can say that, you know what? I don't want to deal with bad people. I only want to deal with good people. So you can control yourself. You could, if you had good self-reflection, you would say, you know what? I know there are bad people out there. So what I do is that I don't want to deal with these men. I will only make time. I will only focus. I will only date with purpose with good men. So I don't want to deal with bad men. That's what you can do. If women have actually self-reflect, they know that that's how you go about it. But they don't. They blame it on men. Oh, you know what? I choose the men that I want, but you know what? These men that I want are liars, cheaters, abusers, womenizers, all this shit. But you know what? It's because of these men. It's because of the men I want. Yeah. Listen, it's the men you want.
Ask that question why. That's all I gotta say.
They are more willing to listen, more willing to do, more willing to.
Oh, she just repeat the damn thing? Yeah, she just repeat the thing over and over again. Yeah. What do you guys think?
Do what it do.
And this is the thing where, like I said, I've said this countless times before. As women age, they just become bigger red flags. That's it. As women age, they just become bigger red flags. It's just like personality. What men want to deal with this shit? What men want to deal with this? No. And you're 47. It's like, the very least, you could have some maturity with you. At the very least. All right, let's do some actual Kendra G videos. The heck? All right, let's do. All right, let's check out this Kendra G video.
7.
Okay, you look younger than 37. What you do for a living? Alice, how old are you?
37.
37.
Okay, you look younger than 37. What you do for a living?
I'm a project manager.
You have any kids?
I have a one.
How old is your child?
She will be 16 in July.
Oh, wow. You ever married?
Haven't been married.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I don't really follow zodiac signs, but my birthday's in April.
That's fine. So we got Maya, Dallas, Texas, 37, project manager, mom to a 16-year-old, never married, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, boo, what kind of man you looking for?
37, almost 40, and still in the dating market. Has a kid already. Okay.
An honest man that knows what he wants, a believer. He has to believe and follow after Jesus Christ.
These heathens. The blasphemy. You had a kid out of wedlock, and you have the audacity to say that I want a man that believes in Jesus. You didn't even get married to your baby daddy, to the man you gave a kid to. And now you're out here, have the audacity to say that, you know what? I want a man that believes in God. If that man believes in God, why would he choose you, a woman that didn't live by the word of God? Because I'm not a Bible thumper, okay? I'm pretty sure God is not promoting, children out of wedlock. This is the thing, I said this before. Why are women red flags when they say that they want a man of God? Why? Because more than likely, they are not women of God. More than likely, they didn't follow the words of God. Why do women say that? Why do women say that I want a man of God? Is because even though, right? I mean, they want the man to be shackled, right? Shackled by the morality of the book. Even though they didn't, even though they themselves didn't shackle themselves to, didn't shackle or represent the moralities of the book. Even though their moralities weren't shackled, right, to the book, right, to the Bible, they want a man to have his moralities, right, to represent the book, even though they are not. So it's more about women know that if I say this, right, a man of God, more than likely he has lived the word of God. So he is more morally sound, even though you're not.
I'm looking for someone who wants to build something together.
Okay, what are your deal breakers?
You're 37. You're 37. This is what I'm saying with women. It's like, seriously, if you wanted to build with someone, do it in your 20s. Do it in your 20s. You're finding a man in his like late 30s, 40s. He's already been building. He's already been building, or if he's already built himself. It's like, so it's like you're picking a man that's like, I don't know, a couple minutes away from the finish line. But it's like, seriously? Unless you want a man that's 25, you picked a man that's already there. It's like ridiculous.
Someone who doesn't follow after Jesus. So I don't like smokers. I don't like if you curse like a sailor, because I don't, so I don't want to hear it. And you just have to be kind, can't be rude, things like that.
Having on the Jesus, are you not having sex till you get married?
Correct.
How long you been celibate for?
You really want to know? Most people don't believe me. It's been like 13 years.
Wow, 13 years. I'm assuming you go to church.
I do go to church, yes, ma'am.
There's no like-minded men in church?
The church that I go to right now is let me just say, how can I say this? I'm pro-black. So the church that I go to doesn't have, it's mixed, but it has more people who are not black in there. So
Well, you better go to a black church, girl. Now listen, I know y'all love the Lord, but even Jesus ain't gonna just drop a man from the sky.
no,
So-
I totally get that, but you know, the way that my background in the church is right now, I'm just going to go and leave. I'm not looking to get involved, honestly. I'm just kind of going and leaving right now. So that
Okay.
Then find a church where you be more proactive in. It's like, seriously, you're 37. You're not 27. Like, put some effort. It's like, this is a problem. Yes, like Kendra said, these women want God to drop a fucking man on their lap. Be more proactive. Like, seriously, like I swear to God, be more proactive. It's like you willingly chose a church. You willingly stay in a church where it's not predominantly black men, right? Okay, well, switch it. Find a church that's predominantly black people. And then be more proactive in said church. So you can find men that, you know what, would fit your ideology. And this is the thing where being celibate, it is what it is. I'm not saying that, but it's like, this is a thing where a lot of women got to realize that some of them, not all of them, offer very little. They don't offer a whole lot. They don't offer a whole lot to men. So now this is a thing where if you're taking sex off that table, I'm not saying women, you have to have sex with a man. If you're taking sex off that table, you have to be an amazing woman. An amazing woman. Personality, how you treat a man, I don't know, keep his interest. It's like you have to be. It's like there's nothing for a man to. There's no goal for a man then. If sex is off the table, there's no goal. So he doesn't want to feel used, right? Men don't want to feel used. Usually, sex is what's dangling for a man to like. Oh, I'm heading towards that, so I'm not feeling used on the process. So if she's equal, like she's paying for her, paying for the dates too, right? She's paying for her half. He's paying for his half. He's not feeling used. She's putting an effort in, the conversations, all that shit. Well, then he's not feeling like he has to put so much effort and get nothing in return. So that's something that a lot of women don't understand. That okay, you can take sex off the table, which is fine. I promote it. Then you have to make up for it.
All right. So a man of God, 13 years you've been celibate, so no sex until you get married.
Right. So I guess I could have combed my hair before I got on here.
Those were your, okay, I'm trying to think what question that was up. Okay, that was any more requirements before we go to your deal breakers?
Any more requirements? Again, just being honest and know what you want. Not confused about if I want to be with somebody, if I want to get married, if I don't, whatever the case may be. Just be serious about what you want. I don't want games. Pretty much.
Okay, he has to be a Christian man, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Should he look a certain way?
He doesn't have to be the most fit, but I'm not looking for somebody super unhealthy is I guess the politically correct way to say it. Does that make sense? Because I see in your face.
What do you mean? He doesn't have to be that. So you're saying not too skinny, but don't be obese, maybe?
Like, yeah, don't be obese. Like you don't have to be like super fit, but you can't be obese. I need somebody that's a little bit healthy. I'm not the most healthy, but somebody that's a little bit healthy.
Okay. Should he make a certain amount of
a little bit healthy? Like I get it, not wanting someone that's obese, but it's like this is a thing where sometimes women aren't the beacon of women like this aren't the beacon of health. So I mean, like, okay, I guess. I mean, she's not really being concrete on the look. I mean, yes, obese is, I get it, but it's like, well, we'll see.
money?
Be able to take care of yourself. I guess if I had to put a number on it, maybe 60K.
Okay, let's do the Kendra Cam.
Okay. I'm actually about to put you on my Bible. It's right here.
We're gonna put you in the Bible?
Yeah.
I had a guy on my Instagram show that was all about the Bible tonight too.
So.
Okay. We see you, girl. So.
I mean, yeah. I mean, not terrible. Chubby, a little bit chubby. So, but yeah, nothing special. So.
When was your last relationship?
I haven't been in a relationship since my daughter's father, which was a really long time ago. I mean, I've had a situationship.
Mr. Sammy, what's up, my brother? Yeah, she's very meh.
But not a full-blown relationship. So it's been about 13 years.
Okay. Now.
So she was in a situationship, a non-sexual situationship. That's interesting. Here's a woman that hasn't been in a relationship for 13 years. Just give up. I mean, sometimes I feel like it's just it's like I don't know. There's a point where I said this before, where I think some women got to understand that what you are doing, okay, has led you to the life you have right now. Okay, so all the steps you have made in life has gotten you to the point that you are right now. So in this woman's line is that, okay, if all these steps, all these actions have gotten you to the point that you are in life right now, and then you continue to make the exact same steps, you think your life will change? I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. So, why did I say that? Is that honestly, women like this, they give very little value to the men that they possibly desire. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It's not worth dealing with women like this. It isn't. Because obviously 13 years, no sex, which is fine, but no man as well. No man willing to commit to her. So she has failed for 13 years. How can you fail for 13 years in the dating market when dating is easy for you? Right? Dating for women is on easy mode. Yet you fail for 13 years. You might as well just stop. You might as well just stop. You might as well just.
That's why you would buy a dog and die alone.
You might as well. You might as well buy the dog and die alone. You might as well just focus on raising your kid into a productive adult. Okay? Because obviously, what you're doing now isn't attracting the men that you want.
Only because you brought up the guy's weight, they want me to ask you, do you think you're obese?
I'm not the thinnest. I'm 205, between 2.5 and 210, but I'm
So
okay.
a guy, could he be in like his fitness journey like you?
Yeah, that's fine. Like, you don't have to be super fit. Like, I don't discriminate. Just don't be huge. I went out with a guy, he ordered like 3 or 4 meals, in one setting. Like, don't be like that, please. But you don't have to be the most fit. Like, I don't go to the gym. I officiate basketball, so I can run, stuff like that. But you just don't be super, super big.
Okay. Hold on. Y'all, I'll continue. We already know the last time you had sex was 13 years ago. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
3 flaws you have to work on.
I really need to dig in my word a little deeper, honestly. I deal with rejection just because of my past, so I'm working through that. What else?
You deal with rejection because of your past. Your past was 13 years ago. You're still trying to deal with rejection?
Yes. I mean, I got a lot, but I'm on the spot. I guess I should have thought about that before I got on here. Nobody's perfect. I believe we're continuously healing, throughout our life. I hate when people say, "Oh, I'm healed," because I don't believe that's true. We're all healing. But yeah, just working through, the way that I am with certain people and people getting super close. It's a lie.
You were in a situationship, but you wasn't having sex, right?
Nope. We was doing other things. We were doing other things. We didn't have sex. We just really enjoyed each. It was 3 years too, so he was okay
I
with
really
it.
thought maybe I learned something new. I thought the definition of a situationship was sex without a commitment.
No, not at least not for me. The way that my relationship went with him was we were just companions, and so we talked every day and spent time together. But he knew me, and he knew that I wasn't. We from the beginning. I'm not having sex with you. So if anybody thinks that that's going to happen, they don't even have to reach.
So this man used you. I mean, you both use each other as an emotional sponge, right? Just to waste time with. Okay, I guess that's fine. I mean, it's like such a waste of time. It really is. It's such a waste of time.
Out. So he knew that we just got along really well and kind of balanced each other out. So, we got close, but I didn't want to continue to be in that and it wasn't going anywhere. So.
All right, Letitia, you'll be after Maya, and Mark, you'll be after Letitia. Let me finish with you. Okay, Maya, why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
I'm a believer. I think that's a number one trait. As a believer, I'm always looking to be better, to grow my.
Oh, God. God, make the effort. Choose a different church. God, who cares? This is a thing where you being a believer isn't attracted to most men, because here's the thing: you're a baby mama. You are a woman that has had a child out of wedlock. You being a believer does what? This proves your hypocrisy. Honestly, it really has. Great, you've been celibate for 13 years. Okay, cool. I mean, you couldn't find a man in 13 years also. So really, it's like, okay, it's like you're just forced to be celibate because you couldn't find the man you want in 13 years. So really, it means what? Who cares if you're a believer? It doesn't make you great. It doesn't make you that desirable. What you could do is, like I said, find the church that's predominantly black men, be more active in it, and find the man that you want. Put more effort. It's like, seriously, women are so lazy when it comes to dating. It is insane.
Relationship with God, and that comes with so many other perks that people who aren't believers don't really understand. So that's the main thing. I'm smart with my finances. I feel like I am emotionally intelligent. I don't like getting into arguments. I like discussions to get clarity, but I don't like arguing. So I come with a lot of good things.
Why would it go? Oh, I just asked you that question. All right, so we got Maya. Should he be in Texas?
I would like for him.
You don't like to have arguments. Okay, cool. That's fine. What was the other one? I know she said she's a believer. Doesn't like arguments. Oh, and she's financially responsible. Okay, great. I mean, to be honest, so what? I mean, it's nice and all, but this is the thing where, again, she's not being clear. Unless she is financially responsible and she goes halves on all dates, right? Halves on all dates, halves on all activities, then okay, cool, great. If not, who cares?
To be in Texas, yes, ma'am.
Did he have kids?
He can have kids. Mhm.
Okay. Do you want more kids?
I'm open to more kids. So, I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
So we got Maya, Dallas, Texas, 37, project manager, mom to a 16-year-old. You got to believe in the Lord. This is her big requirement. And no cookie until her wedding night. She's been celibate for 13 years, wavering in that area. Are you on the Kendra G singles dating app?
Yeah, I got on there right before I got on here. So my username is Maya D. Oh, 777. I think I set it up just a second ago. And
Maya? Is it this one?
that's me. Yes, ma'am.
So you want him to do Maya D777?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. So Maya, let me clean my camera off. Ooh, this is a white shirt. I shouldn't do that. Maya D777 is the right username. Maya D777. Maya D777. You can shoot your shot and send her a message, or scroll down, push the heart, the star, send her a gift. I'm gonna show you how to get her attention fast.
This is the thing where that's hard because, like I said, I'm not saying that women, they don't need to give the cookies up. Okay, being celibate is fine, but the issue with that is that you have to make up for it. If men have no, like I said, no carrot dangling. Okay, there's no carrot dangling. Then the race has to be worth it. You have to be amazing. What she said is, honestly, it's very mediocre. It's mediocre. It's not tantalizing. It's not tempting. It's okay, great. So this is the thing where, and here's the thing where she's proven it. 13 years. And the best she could get is a friendship. Friendship. It's basically a friendship, okay? Because no sex, you're basically friends. Right? Basically friends. Right? Emotionally there for each other. You're just basically friends. So, you know, Okay, I mean, like, kind of proving my point more right than wrong, because you have not attracted any man that you want. So I don't know. What do you guys think? I just This is the thing where women are going about dating so poorly. They are, because this dating app, Kendra's dating app, which really does not have that many people, in my opinion. I'm doubtful of it. Kendra is big, but she's not no Tinder, Bumble, Hinge big, right? You don't have enough of a dating pool for it to be worth it. So she ain't gonna be attracting much. So I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Alright. There was another one that kind of fits with this one. I wanted to check that one out as well. Um, where is it? It's another religious woman. I want to see if I could find it. Let's see if I could find it. Ah, okay. Here's another one. Let's check this one out. Oh, I think this might be a good
All right,
one.
how do you pronounce your name?
All right, let's check out this Kendra G video. Okay. Here's another no sex until marriage kind of woman. Interesting.
That's from?
Alabama. I hear like an echo. Do you hear an echo?
Not a terrible one.
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, here we go. So Laura 47, where you calling us from?
Alabama.
Alabama. How old are you telling me that? What's your zodiac sign?
I'm a Libra.
A Libra. Excuse me. You have any kids?
I have 3,
3. How old are your 3 kids?
29, 27, and 17.
Okay. 29, 27, and 17. All by the same man?
No.
How many
3,
men? 3 men.
3
You ever
men.
been married?
Yes, twice.
Twice. So when did you get divorced last?
2012. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
2012.
All right. And what you do for a living?
I'm HR.
HR. All right. So we got Laura, 47, is a Libra, lives in Alabama, mom of 3 kids by 3 men, has been married twice, and works in HR.
Women are funny. Women are funny. I've said this, right? I will never say that a woman can't find a man. There is a man for every woman, in the sense that no matter if she's ugly, young, I mean, old, young, ugly, pretty, skinny, fat, whatever. Okay, it don't matter. There's always a man that will simp for her, that will want her. So women will always have options. But what I do say is that you are 47. You've been divorced twice. Right? I prefer to say just divorced twice instead of married twice, because it failed. So you've been divorced twice. You have 3 kids by 3 different men. So at 47, you failed more than you have succeeded. You've only failed. Right? You've only failed. You couldn't. You. This is the thing where you've only failed at finding men, at getting the right man. So at 47, with like so many failures, you are not going to find the man that you want. You're not going to find the man that you want. Or it's highly unlikely you'll find the man that you want. This is the thing where a lot of women don't realize. It's not that you won't find a man, because you do, because women will. Finding a man is not that hard. Finding the man that you want will be hard because your life has shown it. You're 47. I mean, like, I'm just saying you're 47. So you've dated plenty of men. You've obviously ridden the whole the carousel. You've had 2 divorces, 3 kids by 3 different men. Obviously, you are not succeeding. Obviously, what you have done throughout your life has led you through all your failures. So really, and most women don't change. Most women don't change because they don't self-reflect. They don't think that they've done anything wrong. So more than likely, now at 47, you haven't changed. You are going to repeat the same mistakes that you've done in your past. So it's highly unlikely for you to find the man that you want because you have shown that you fail at it.
What kind of man you looking for, girl?
A Christian man, one that loves the Lord and is not ashamed of it. One that
here's a divorcee that has at least 1 child out of wedlock. I don't know if she had her other 2 child after the marriage, but she did get married. To have the audacity to say, I want a man of God. What teaching of God did you even listen to? Right? You divorced 2 times, okay? Which I'm pretty sure, marriage is a binding lifelong contract that more than likely, by balance of probability, statistically, you're the one who filed for it. So you're the one who broke a contract of God. And then at 1 child, at least, you had that child out of wedlock. So really, you're not a beacon of God. Right? You're not a great example of the Bible, of God's teaching. So hypocrisy and delusion there.
that is truthful, someone that likes to have deep conversations, someone that is trustworthy. Yeah, the most important thing is that they got to love God. I mean, and he's got to be first in their lives. And they have to have an active relationship with him. And I'm talking about Jesus, Christian.
Okay. I'm not sure if I remember. Are you on a celibacy journey?
Yes.
Okay. So when was the last time you was intimate with someone?
Probably a year ago.
Oh,
A little
okay.
over
Oh,
a
I
year
thought it was
ago.
years. So a year ago, are you not having sex unless you get married again, or that's not a rule?
You said what?
I said, are you not having sex unless you get married again, or that's not the rule?
Yes, that's the rule.
Okay. You made
Yes.
that, so you made that rule a year ago.
Yeah, well, it was about it's been a year now. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So you've been married twice. So, I mean, you know how to get married. So, okay. So
You also know how to get divorced. So I prefer to focus on that.
So I wanted to start. The only reason I brought that up is because whenever people usually stands on the religion and just you got to be about Jesus, that usually comes up later. So I just wanted to get that information now. So no sex unless you get married again.
Yeah, that's it.
I said this before, where it's not. I mean, I'm not saying that women have to and need to have sex with men, I don't know, before marriage or during relationships or whatever. I'm not saying, oh, give it up the first night and shit like that. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that, fine, if you're not dangling that carrot, which is fine, you don't have to, you shouldn't. You have to make up for it. there has to be more of a reason why men should make the effort to date you. You are 47, two-time divorcee. It's like she's a championship. It's like a championship. 3 kids by 3 different men. Like, seriously. What's the benefit of being with you? It's like you have shown more failures. You have shown that one, you're not really, you don't seem loyal, right? You don't seem loyal. You make bad decisions. And now you're holding, because obviously one child you didn't stop having sex before marriage. So you obviously show that you flip-flop on these fucking rules you have. So really, it's like it's meant to see you as, like, seriously not even worth the headache.
And I know that's something that a lot of people don't understand or don't agree with. I don't care, and if you don't like it, that's just not for you then, and I'm okay with that.
You know what's interesting is I did have a guy, and this is the guy that everybody wanted, child, that came on the show. I think I'm not sure if he had kids. I think he might have had a kid. But he was a guy that also was saying he wasn't having sex at, what's his name? Andre. This guy was on my show. He was 40, and he said he's trying to wait to have sex so he gets married too. So it's not just women say that. I think he was married or something. So Andre 7 on the Kendra G Singles Dating app. Send him a message, girl. Okay, back to you. All right. What are some other deals?
The thing is that this is not the problem. The problem is not finding a man. It isn't. Okay. She wants a man that will wait until marriage. There are plenty of men like that. The problem, this is a thing that women need to understand. The problem isn't finding a man that meets whatever certain standards or requirements you have. The problem is finding a man that meets these certain requirements or standards you have and being attracted to that man. That is the problem. I've said this countless times before. Most women find most men unattractive for whatever reason, physically, mentally, financially, whatever. Okay. Most women find most men unattractive. So the issue isn't finding a man. There are hundreds of millions of men out there. It isn't a problem of finding a man. The problem is finding the man that fits your standards, fits your requirements, and being attracted to him.
Breakers.
Really liars. People who aren't authentic to, if they're not authentic, so they come off as like, oh, I'm one way, and then later on they turn and become Satan.
Okay, so don't be Satan undercover, child. Okay.
Yeah, just be who you are. And also no smokers. Absolutely no smokers. I don't care if it's I'm not 420 friendly, so I don't want anybody that smokes. I'm not saying that drinking is bad, but not somebody that drinks every single day. Somebody that has a job, just the regular stuff, a career, not what, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay.
God, she seems so bland. Right? She seems so bland. Just how she talks, how she presents herself, the energy she exudes. This is a thing where, like I said, like I was just saying, it's okay for not give men sex off the bat, or not be a one-night stand, or you know what, save it until marriage. Fine. But you have to make up for it other ways. This woman sounds boring. She sounds bland. It's like, I swear, it's just like, there's no desire. I find it like, I can't believe there's a whole lot of desire to be with a woman like this.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
No. I actually kind of like a guy with like a little belly. I think I'm okay with that.
She's okay with a guy with a belly. Okay. So you can have a belly, she said. Should he make a certain amount of money?
Just don't be broke.
So what's your definition of broke?
Like you are able to travel, and so travel is a big thing for me because I kind of like to do it. But you have your own place and you can afford to pay your bills and afford to go out and do extracurricular activities.
Okay. All right. So no dollar amount, just be able to do those things.
No dollar amount.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Can.
Okay.
What's your shirt say? I came, I saw.
Do you see
You're in
it?
great shape. I came, I saw, I had anxiety, so I left. Ooh.
Yeah.
All right, you look good. Like you look very small.
Was that good?
Yeah, that was great.
Okay.
Laura, what's the age range you would date?
I am okay with some.
Oh, coming to mind. This is a thing where I'm a proponent of, I mean, men can do what they want, right? You want to marry, you don't want to marry, that's up to you. In my personal opinion, marriage is a high risk for men. High risk, low reward for men. But so that's why I don't necessarily promote marriage. In my opinion, if you're going to marry, you have to get something out of it. I.e., in my opinion, if you're getting kids out of it, I believe men should sacrifice men should give women the security of marriage, okay, for the chance to have kids with her. I think that's a kind of an equal trade-off. Why I say that is that here's a woman that's 47. You ain't getting kids out of her. So the idea to marry this woman, also a woman that has a past of divorcing men, and I'm not saying that she didn't say that she divorced them, but balance of probability, statistically, it's more likely that she did. So here's a woman that I'm going off of that idea that more than likely she divorced these men. That shows you that, honestly, how can you trust in marrying her? You can't. You can't trust marrying her. So really, in my opinion, one, there's no benefit in marrying her. Two, you can't trust marrying her. Especially a man that's like, let's say he's in his late 40s to 50s. He's most likely, or should be, more financially stable than most. So it's not worth it to get with a woman that it's only risk, no reward. The reward of having sex with her, it's like, honestly, it's like, does she seem like a firecracker in bed? I don't think so. So really, it's not, I mean, at 47, I don't believe it's like anyone's knocking down her door to just like, oh, I have that body.
Someone that is, I would say like 38 to 58.
38 to 58. Okay. Should he be in Alabama?
Oh, she would go for a man that's like 10 years younger. I don't know. I think that's kind of it's kind of ridiculous in my opinion because what's the benefit?
No,
No, he shouldn't be.
no. And you don't have to be. You don't ever have to come to Alabama. Yeah.
Well, how would y'all? So you always travel to him?
No, I'm just kidding. They definitely, absolutely do not have to be from Alabama. I'm not from Alabama. I just live here, so.
So okay, are you willing to relocate? How would it work?
Yes.
If I get serious. Yes.
Yes, I will relocate.
Okay. So now we got to it. So you prefer
Yeah.
a man out of Alabama, and you are willing to move to him.
Absolutely.
Okay, all right. She ready to pack it up, fellas. Okay. When was your last relationship?
It was over a year ago.
Okay. And we did it earlier when we did your last time of intimacy. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Okay, so
You know, this is funny that I just did the last video of a woman who's pretty much the same, right? 37, she's 47, right? Both are on the 37 is on a 13-year celibacy. This 47 is on a 1-year celibacy, but both have the idea of no sex until marriage. This is a thing where, and I believe 37-year-old will live the life just like the 47-year-old, still single years later. I like I said, women will always have options, but I personally believe I highly doubt the 37-year-old will find the man that she wants. Right? Because honestly, women do, in my personal opinion, a lot of women are lazy when it comes to dating. Because they use sex as the ultimate nullifier, right? The ultimate nullifier, the ultimate the infinity gauntlet to, do it all. But they don't realize when they take that away, they take away that that carrot dangling. They don't have nothing else. They don't have anything else that interests men. In the sense that they should. I'm not saying that they shouldn't. I say they don't put any other effort. They don't put the effort in trying to make conversations better for men, right? Make it easier for men, or be the ones to make conversations. They don't pay for dates. They don't make the men want to be with you. They don't do it. Okay? You don't, a lot of times women don't realize men want to be with women. One of the reason, I'm not saying the only reason, but it's for sex. But when women take away that big dangling carrot, well, fine, you have to make up with it. Now he wants to be with you for personality, but if your personality is shitty, bland, or just boring, it's not that worth it, right? It's not that amazing. He may want to be with you how you treat him. Well, if he has to pay for dates, he still has to make all this effort. He's the one who has to plan the dates. He has to still make all these effort in the dating process. Then what's the point? You're not really making that much effort. Okay? You're not really treating him all that well. You're not really treating him all that better than other women where he could have sex with. So really, this is the thing where a lot of women don't realize you're not making up for it. You're not emphasizing, you have an amazing personality compared to other people. You put more effort in compared to other people. You don't make men feel used, unlike other women. Women don't make up for it. And that is the problem when it comes to dating, like with women like this, where, okay, I promote women just not giving sex out like it's nothing. But if you're not giving sex out until marriage, you better be amazing in every other category.
I tend to, when I talk, I'll take pauses, and that annoys people because I kind of think before I talk, and so I'm constantly like pausing. And I also have to give backstory. So normally when I'm going to tell you something, if I be like, oh, Kendra, let me tell you the story, but first let me give you the backstory. So I have to give you the backstory before I actually tell you what I tell you. And that annoys people a lot, but it gives context. So I have to do it. But that's a flaw. And
you're an annoying, long-winded, boring talker. I mean, your stories better be amazing then, right? This is a thing where kind of showing you, right? It's like being long-winded is fine. Giving more detail to a story is fine, but you better have amazing stories. And most likely you don't. Most likely you're not giving amazing conversation. Even if it's so detailed, even if so long-winded, probably not that amazing to talk to you.
And another flaw is I think that I'm pausing again because I'm trying to think my thoughts through. I won't say that I'm late all the time, but I have been told on occasion that I am late, and it tends to annoy people.
Funny thing, she brought it up. Funny thing, I've dated predominantly Black women, and that is like very consistent. Very consistent. I've dated quite a few Black women in my life. Okay, I mean, predominantly all the girlfriends I've had were Black, and one of the biggest traits they have is like they're late a lot. Right? It takes them long to go. Like if we have a date, it's like they take forever, and we're late to something. It's like, wow. I'm like, lateness is lateness a thing? Is lateness part of culture? Is like, god dang.
Okay. So
I'm working on it really, really hard though.
You're working on it. Okay, got you. All right. And why would a guy be lucky to be with you?
Well, I am a very honest person. So I will always be very upfront and honest with them as far as telling them how I feel, or if they're telling me something and I'll be honest with them. I'm loyal.
Is she? Is she now? Here's my thing where, and again, she's not being detailed. Okay, so I'm going off of some assumptions. I'm going off of assumptions. Balance of probability. Most women, they're the ones to leave relationships. They're the ones to dump men. Most women are the ones to leave relationships. Balance of probability. Most women are the ones to file for divorce. So balance of probability, right? Statistically, by the odds, the at least the 3 relationships we know she had, there's a high likelihood that she left them. She's the one who'd file for divorce. So how loyal are you when you constantly leave these high committed relationships, right? 2 marriages she left. 1 man she gave a child to, she left. And assumption, I'm assuming, okay? Because she's not going detailed, so I'm using, statistics and balance of probability. More than likely, she left at least 3 very serious relationships. Are you that loyal? Are you? I mean, at the very least, you've been married twice. And usually marriages should be the end all to be all. And you divorced twice. So let's say even in the flip side, okay? Let me give her the benefit of the doubt. Let's say the flip side. That all 3 relationships, right? The two marriages, they divorced her. The one baby daddy, he left her. Does that really, even though she's so loyal, does that really give a whole lot of credit to her where 2 men or 3 men, right, had kids with her and left her. 2 men, two out of two, those 2 men out of the 3 men, 2 of those men married her and divorced her. What are these 3 men wanting to leave her, right? Saw that she's not telling, right? That's why you could do both sides, okay? Even if she's so amazingly loyal, why are all these men leaving her after doing such high-level commitments with her? Either story is not painting her in that great of a light, no matter how loyal she is, right? Because the one side seems like she's not loyal at all. The other side, if she's so amazingly loyal, yet these bunch of these men committed to, did high commitment, high level responsibility, high level commitment things with her, and yet still left her.
I do not cheat. I expect, loyalty in return. And I won't say that I'm a fun girl because I don't go out to the clubs. I'm not like a drinker or anything like.
Yeah, she does not seem like a fun girl. She does not seem like a fun girl. And when there's no sex in it, right? No fun with sex, seems like it's boring to be around her. Like, you might as well. I was with a girl where sex was we barely had sex, right? Maybe once a month. And then let's take out sex. She was boring to be around. She barely talked. And anything we did is like, I decided I'm the one who's talking. I'm like, God damn, I might as well be by myself. It was no different than being by myself. I just get sex once a month. And that once a month sex is that I have to initiate it. It's like, literally, this shit is boring. And I'm not saying like I need drama, but it's like, come on. This is the thing where if men can deal without no sex, everything else has to be better, right? All the other parts of this machine has to be at least compensating for the lack of sex or no sex or poor sex. But if every part of the machine sucks, really, you might as well not be a part of it.
Like that, I'm pretty much a church girl, but I do think that I like to have fun. I like to, have people over, and then, we talk about whatever. I'm ambitious. I like to do stuff to make money. I'm a kind of a slight hustler. So I don't know. I just feel like how's
that make, you're 47, okay? You do things to make money. Great, cool. Are you giving him that money? Most likely not. So really, great, you're a hustler. Means what for him? Means what to him? You're not giving him that money, so he's not benefiting from you being a hustler. So really, how is that? This is the thing. That question is, what is the benefit of being with you, right? What's the benefit of being with you? You being a hustler, how's that a benefit for him? You being a hustler, you making money, that's a benefit for you, not him. So really, what the hell? It's like, this is the problem with women. They don't know how to sell themselves. Okay? They don't know how to sell themselves to men. They don't. If you take away sex, women do not know how to sell themselves. It's like, when you take away sex, women have nothing, right, to really make it all that great for men to be with.
I could be a good match for the right person.
Okay. All right, let's do it, Laura. So we got Laura, 47, Libra in Alabama, mom of 3 kids. She is looking for her husband, child. She's marriage only. What's your name on the dating app again? Is it Laura?
I had it wrote down. I mean, I just looked at it. I think it's Laura Hook.
Let me see. Well, your name is definitely
LARA.
oh, this one is Laura. It's LARHOO77.
Yeah. Yep. That's
Okay.
me.
So her username is LARHOO77. Okay, let's see these pictures, girl. Let's see these pictures. Okay, fellas, you can shoot your shot and send her a message, or you can scroll down, push a heart, the star, or send a gift. The show will be moving to the app this year. So y'all better definitely get on the app because the show will be moving to the app this year. Okay, Laura.
Oh well. I mean, I guess I'll just watch the older content. But yeah. Cool, I guess. I mean,
He was a mean guy.
What's he mean when you marry him or naive? I love God with my whole heart. My relationship with God is extremely important. I have an incredible amount of peace and will protect it at all costs. I am also 5'7". Okay. All right. Laura, let me ask you a question. Why did you get
Yes.
a divorce the last time?
He was a mean guy.
Was he mean when you married him?
No, he wasn't.
So you turned into a mean guy.
He turned into a
I think that's a lie. I honestly think that's a lie. I'm not okay. Is it impossible? No, it's not impossible. I more believe that it's ignored, right? The signs were there. I honestly believe usually more often than not the signs are there. Women just ignore it. Women just ignore it until the sign is blaring in your face. Now you see it, right? The sign is straight up in your face. You know, like he probably had a short temper before. He probably, did towards other people. He probably had short temper. All this shit. So now that you're married, oh, now he's, directing that temper towards you. Oh, now you see it. That's how I believe it. I mean, because in my personal opinion, people are who they are. People are who they are. I believe that, yes, do people lie? Of course. But people aren't great liars, right? They aren't like perfect liars, in my honest opinion. Not everyone is a great perfect liar. So I think that's a lie. I think I think there were signs she just ignored. I think most people do that. So and saying a mean guy, like, what does that mean? Right? What does that mean? Because was he abusive man, or did he just yell a lot? I mean,
mean guy. So I don't know. Some people like to use that as a weapon. So I don't go into too much detail because he is the past, but he was not a nice person.
Okay. All right. So we're done with that. Christian men only.
Yes.
Could it be a man that had a different religion or no?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
So Jesus only.
Jesus only.
Jesus only. All right, let's do it. So she's willing to move. You got to know.
I just think a lot of these women will fail. That's just it. I mean, they make the same mistakes over and over again. They don't learn from their mistakes. I don't think women gain wisdom with age. I don't. They've proven it. So, it is what it is. Yeah. I think women will constantly fail at dating. And this is the thing where this is why I miss Kevin Samuels, because women called to this man, and this man can tell women straight up what's wrong, what you're doing wrong, what you've been doing wrong, what you could fix. Kendra is like just letting these people just be sitting in their delusions and their, the failures. So I don't know. What do you guys think? All right. Let's do a couple of TikTok videos to finish it out. I have some lined up. So I want to, do some TikTok reacts. Let's check this one out. I don't hope it's good. I didn't listen to it really. So let's hope it's good. Let's check this video out. Are you failing at dating because you just want and need hot girl? Okay, let's check this out.
So, a week or so ago, I asked men, do you like women? Now, I've rolled that back because I shouldn't be speaking to a group as a monolith about another group as a monolith.
Oh God, audio is terrible. She's very low. So hopefully you guys can hear her, okay? Hopefully you guys can hear her. So sorry that it's low. These creators, you know, they don't, it's not meant for people to react to. So that's why they don't care. But the audio is low, so I'm sorry about that.
The answer. So let's maybe discuss, for those of you that actually want to engage honestly here, because I'm really trying to extend an olive branch and like have an honest discussion. And it's mostly been like snarky little quips. But guys, I'm trying to talk to you about this. And you're always saying that you want women to have empathy for you and to try and understand your plight. And I'm trying to do that. So take the time that it takes to like engage honestly, or at least leave like a single comment instead of just like being snarky, I guess, if you mean that. But my question now becomes, those of you that are having a bad time dating, like you do not like the situation when you go try to date women, are you like, how heavily would you weight the looks category when you look through the catalog available to you of women? Would you say that you could completely disregard it, given that everything else that you're interested in is fulfilled for you? Would you say that if you combined all the other categories, they're not gonna quite measure up to the looks, and how much that's gonna go? Because I feel 98% confident that the first thing you're looking at is whether she's pretty, whether she's hot to you. And the assumption that she needs to be hot for you, and then how much you disregard after that, or how much you don't, you know, how dishonest you are with yourself about the way you're interacting and why you might be doing badly while dating, and how much of this is really your fault, I think is being glossed over. I could be wrong. Let me know if you want this dialogue to go forward, because I'm unsure that you do. Getting thousands of comments saying you just want to be understood, but you're not really giving me much to go on. And to be quite honest with you, it's frustrating, because I'm trying. Like, I'm trying here, guys. I don't want the problem to exist, and I know the loudest of you are the angriest and maybe the least logical, but just try. Like, do your best. I'll try and give this a couple more chances. This is a sincere attempt with engagement. Just try and meet me here. So,
This is the thing with women, okay? That they go about the world delusional. A lot of women go about the world delusional and very lack of understanding. Okay. Yes, men are saying this is a thing where women have never needed to put any thought or time or effort into understanding men. They never did. They never cared. So yes, men do ask for it, but men know that women don't, right? Women don't put the effort into understanding men. So the issue is that men aren't desiring it, right? It is what it is. Men know that that's reality. The problem is that we are having more and more women than ever before complaining about men. So since you are complaining so much about men, how about take the effort to understand the men you complain about. Right? That's the issue. That is the issue. Men are not here saying, "Oh, you need to be sympathetic, empathetic, or understanding men." You don't, because women don't give a shit. The issue is that if you have the entitlement, the audacity to constantly complain about men, how about take the time to understand men? How about that? Because the issue is that men are forced to understand women because men have to initiate. Men have to do the pursuing. Men have to make the effort throughout the dating process. So men do understand women. And that is why you don't hear the vast majority of complaints, men to women. You don't. Men know it. Men know the reality. Men know the situation. But you hear the vast majority is the complaints for women towards men. So that is the insanity that women seem to not be able to grasp. It's not that men don't want to have a dialogue with women. It's that women don't want it, right? Because women can't even stand it. So, but let's break this down.
I asked men, do you like women? Now I've rolled that back because I shouldn't be speaking to a group as a monolith about another group as a monolith. But I still want to know the answer. So let's maybe discuss, for those of you that actually want to engage honestly here, because I'm really trying to extend an olive branch and like have an honest discussion. And it's mostly been like snarky little quips. But guys, I'm trying to talk to you about this. And you're always saying that you want women to have empathy for you and to try and understand your plight. And I'm trying.
Also, the point is that men and women talk differently. That's the thing where it's like the attitude that she has, the snarky little quip, is like, well, men and women talk differently. This is a thing where I find this like a problem with a lot of women, and men just like, whatever. We know women talk differently, so we deal with it. Men and women talk differently in the way that how they view conversations differently than men do. So if you want to have a conversation with men, you have to accept how men talk. Don't use the lens of how women talk. Put it onto men. Already there shows you that you're disingenuous. Like, oh, men have to talk how I want them to talk. Men have to talk how they should be talking to me. Then you're disingenuous. Then you don't want to actually have a conversation, because you expect the person, right? The other person to talk how you want them to talk, how you perceive that they should be talking to you. No, that's entitlement. Okay. That's the point where having an actual conversation is that you have to understand the other person. You have to make the effort to understand the other person. You have to make the dialogue work.
Trying to do that. So take the time that it takes to like engage honestly, or at least leave like a single comment instead of just like being snarky, I guess, if you mean that. But my question now becomes, those of you that are having a bad time dating, like you do not like the situation when you go try to date women, are you like, how heavily would you weight the looks category when you look through the catalog available to you of women? Would you say that you could completely disregard it?
Men are not complaining, right? When it comes to dating, men aren't complaining that, oh my God, there's so many ugly women out there. Men aren't complaining about that. And here's the thing where by dating statistics, most men find most women attractive. So attraction is very simple, right? Men are attracted to the women they select or swipe, and they find most women attractive. So the problem isn't necessarily the men, what men find attractive. The problem is that men dealing with whatever women is that zero effort by said women. And this is the thing where it's not that, oh, I believe this is a fact that men will rather deal with women that are on the beauty scale average. Okay. So they don't have to deal with the attitude, the entitlement. Dealing with a 5 you would hope that it would not be as torturous if you're dealing with an 8 or a 9, right? Because you know, a man that, let's say he's a 5 himself, he's a 5, he's a 6, maybe he's a 4. So you know you're dealing with a woman maybe at your own standing, okay? Would be easier than, let's say, a 5 trying to deal with a 9. That's the thing. Where now men that are, let's say he's at a 5, average man, dealing with another average woman. But that average woman has the mindset like she's a 9. So that because she has a mindset like she's a 9, even though she's average, she treats that man like he is an actual 4 or 5. Because she has the mindset of a 9. He's below her. He's not worth her time. He's not worth her effort. She's not attracted to him. So the issue isn't that, oh, men, you know, are dealing with women that he's attracted to, and then, you know, they have other traits, whatever category, like personalities and all that shit. It's like, it's not because of the attraction level, because men find most women attractive. That's not the issue. It's not that, oh, because, oh, maybe men should deal with uglier women or less attractive women and he will get better results. It's not that, because men are not dealing with top level gorgeous women. Men aren't dealing with that. Men were fine with this average woman. Like, this is a thing where, let's say, because I'm using numbers because it's harder to, like, I don't have a picture here, a picture there, you know, so I'm not, you know, really trying to show you what I mean by looks value. But men are not looking to, in general, yes, a man would love to date a 9. Love to be with a 9, okay? But a man is realistic. Being with a 9 when you are yourself a 5, a 6, a 4, it's a headache. It's a headache. And one, it's already unlikely, but if it could happen, and here's the thing where I've said this, I myself, who I believe is about a 5, I have dealt with a woman that most people would consider an 8. Most people would consider an 8. It didn't work out. And it didn't work out for lots of obvious reasons. So really, I'd rather deal with a woman that I believe that there's a better chance of it working out, where, you know what, the looks category is not overshadowing and inflating her ego to extraordinary means. So where I'm just focusing on her personality. And here's the thing, that's what I'm saying. Men are focusing on women's personality, who women are, other traits besides looks. Because here's the thing, like I said, men are already attracted to most women. So looks is great, right? Looks is the opening thing, but men are focusing on who women are, how they treat them, how they talk to them, you know, the interactions with women. That's what men are focusing on, not necessarily 100% look, because like I said, most men find most women attractive. So looks isn't the issue, right? Men aren't finding problems of finding good-looking women. Men find most women good-looking, so that's not an issue.
Given that everything else that you're interested in is fulfilled for you, would you say that if you combined all the other categories, they're not going to quite measure up to the looks, and how much that's going to go? Because I feel 98% confident that the first thing you're looking at is whether she's pretty, whether she's...
That's disingenuous, right? Disingenuous, where most people, majority of people, that's the first thing they look at, if you are attracted to the person or not. Majority, I don't know any person, okay, especially women who are swiping, okay, who are swiping yes on ugly men, on men that she's not attracted to. I don't know any woman. I don't believe there, in my personal opinion, I don't think there's any women out there. I don't think that there's any women out there that swipes, okay, yes on men she's not attracted to. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. I know plenty of men, right, that would ignore looks, right? They swipe yes on women. They just swipe, right? A lot of men just swipe. A lot of men, like, they will ignore the looks, hoping for just something, okay? Hoping for a match. I know plenty of men that will just swipe yes, hoping for a match, okay? Hoping for a match, and then, you know what? If she's Okay, she's not that attractive, but you know what? He got a match, and now he's just trying to get to know her. If her personality, fits and fills out and great, whatever. I know plenty of men that would like, you know what? Looks is nice, but if she's a match, if her personality is amazing, ignores everything else. So I know plenty of men that would just swipe yes on just any woman, right? And all women, just to get a match, just to get the ball rolling. So there's the difference where I know plenty of men that would swipe on women that he wouldn't necessarily deem attractive. I don't know any woman that swipes on men she finds unattractive.
hot to you. And the assumption that she needs to be hot for you, and then how much you disregard after that, or how much you don't, how dishonest you are with yourself about the way you're interacting and why you might be doing badly while dating.
Again, kind of disingenuous. Men are not looking for women that are hot. I mean, men would love to date hot women. Yes, men would love to date hot women. Men are realistic. Men are not like, they know that, okay, am I getting hot women? No. So that's not the concern. That's not the end all to be all. So men are realistic in that. They're not, oh my God, if she's not hot, I ain't swiping. If she ain't hot, I ain't dealing with her. Fuck no, that's not how it is. Like, if she's hot, great, that's a plus. But if she's not, well, okay, how's her personality? How she treats me? How's talking to her like? How's being around her like? Men are not. It's like, this is the thing where women. There was a study, okay, that showed that men are not as physically superficial as women make them out to be. Men would there was a study that showed that men and women showing what's more important to you, looks or finances. Men said finances are actually very important to men, while women said looks were actually more important to women. So, it shows you that men are not, hung up the end all to be all on looks.
And how much of this is really your fault, I think, is being glossed over. I could be wrong. Let me know.
Really your fault. The blame goes back to men. It's always going back to men, right? The blame has to be on men. Okay. This is a thing where she's probably perceiving that, okay, maybe it's your fault because you're only going after hot women, right? Trying your luck with hot women. That is fucking BS. It is BS. No. Most men swipe on most women, right? Most men swipe on most women, right? Most men try their shot with most women. Yes. Would he want a hot woman? Yeah. Would he want a 7, an 8, a 9? Yeah. But men are realistic. That's the difference between men and women. Men are more realistic. Men's like, you know what? I would trade up. I would trade down on looks, so I could trade up on personality, right? On how she treats me, how she loves me, how she views me, how's being around her. Personally, okay, I'm saying personally, that's what I've done more. Yeah. Am I going after ugly women? No, but I'm going after average looking women where her personality is more important to me, right? As long as I find her averagely attractive, her personality is more worth it to me, because to be honest, I've been treated bad by ugly women. I've been treated bad by beautiful women. So really, just don't treat me bad. Right? That's all I care about.
If you want this dialogue to go forward, because I'm unsure that you do. Getting thousands of comments saying you just want to be understood, but you're not really giving me much to go on. And to be quite honest with you, it's frustrating.
Not much to go on. There are thousands, if not millions of hours of men talking. So really, it's like, you just don't bother to understand men.
I'm trying here, guys. I don't want the problem to exist. And I know the loudest of you are the angriest, and maybe the least logical, but just try. Like, do your best. I'll try and give this a couple more chances. This is a sincere attempt with engagement.
To be honest, I think women are terrible at engaging or having dialogues with men. I think women are. They're too emotional, less logical, so it's a never-ending failure, in my opinion. Let's say this, all right? I've seen it before, okay? I've seen plenty of supposedly female creators that create content for men, okay? Content for men turn out to be honestly just, they're no different than feminists, okay? When you like after they build up, right? Build up a male following with their supposedly male-like logic, then they just switch it up to be more feminist. And it's like, no duh. No duh. Women know how to fake it just like, you know, men can fake it. So really, it's really just annoying. But what do you guys think? I'm pretty sure it's like, she didn't say a whole lot, right? There's not a whole lot of substance, but I believe she's just pretty much just saying that men are probably failing because men are just going after hot women with little personality. So that's why men are failing, you know, majority of the time. So I don't believe so, but what do you guys think? All right, let's try. Let's try this video. I thought this was, I figured I want to do it. Why not? Let's check out this clip.
How a man treats you on your birthday is exactly how he feels about you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he does nothing, does not celebrate, does not get you a gift, that man hates you. And even worse, if he starts an argument and he doesn't want to see you, or you guys end up in a fight that night, he loathes you. You are a convenience to him, and that day is an inconvenience. He does not want to spend money on you, he does not want to celebrate you, and he does not want to make you feel appreciated because he doesn't like you. Men will show you exactly how they feel. They're not faking it. And I don't care if he's broke. A card at Walgreens or even the dollar store is $1, possibly $3. And most of us girls, that means more than the physical gift. So no, it is not in your head. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. If he does not celebrate you in whatever capacity he can on your birthday, he does not like you, and I would even go as far as to saying he hates you. And yes, a man will be with you even when he hates you. It's strange, it's weird, it makes no effing sense. They will be with you even when they hate you. Sometimes they just want to experience you and have you around. And as I said before, to raise their stock. Hope this helps. Love you. How
I hate the notion that having a woman raises your stock. I mean, to be honest, if you have a woman, okay, it doesn't necessarily make you famous. Right? It doesn't make you. I mean, it's like seriously. I mean, like, unless you have like 10 women, like desiring you, oogling you, then probably, yeah, that probably gives you like a lot of fame, or like, wow, a lot of people like, my God, this man must be amazing that 10 women want him. One woman wanting him is like, okay, great. I mean, he's in a relationship. So what? I don't think that that's like that much of a stock raising. But here's the thing where for this kind of video, for her take, I'm gonna go about this in maybe something that women don't understand. I agree, but I also disagree. I agree and I also agree. I agree and I also disagree. So let's break it down for a little bit.
Your birthday is exactly how he feels about you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. How a man treats you on your birthday is exactly how he feels about you. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. If he does nothing, does not celebrate, does not get you a gift, that man hates you.
Now, here's the thing where this is why I agree and disagree. Because one where I say I agree is that if a woman doesn't care about your birthday, then yeah, she most likely doesn't care about you as well. So back and forth, right? No different, right? Flip, if a man doesn't put in effort for your birthday, then more than likely he doesn't care about you. But here's the thing why I say I disagree. Because here's the thing where men and women are different. Most men do not care about birthdays. Hell, I think most men don't care about holidays. Why? This is the problem with a lot of women who don't understand men, who don't make the effort, don't put the time to understand men. Most men do not enjoy holidays because why? Most men don't have the opportunity to enjoy holidays. Women are not really celebrating any man's birthday. Women are not gifting men anything special for any holidays. Like, what is it? Valentine's Day, women give shit to men. Birthdays, women like give measly presents to men. I think I got like a teddy bear for a birthday of mine. It's like, girl, do I look like I want a teddy bear? I don't. Now, I accept it because, it's a thought that counts, but honestly, it's barely any kind of gift. While a woman expects, she says nothing, but like, come on, let's be honest. When push comes to shove, she expects something, something grandiose. But this is the point where, like I said, why I disagree is that men have a different mindset when it comes to holidays, when it comes to birthdays, when it comes to these special events. Because honestly, for men, a lot of these special events are just another day. It's either just a day where they have to spend money or a day that no one gives a shit about them. So men have built this kind of mindset, this kind of shield, this kind of wall where they feel nothing. In my personal opinion, like birthdays, I sometimes forget my own birthday, and I know plenty of men that do as well, because it's not, what's the point of remembering a day that nobody celebrates, right? Nobody celebrates it. What's the point of remembering like a day where, you are the only ones who have to celebrate, to have to gift to others, like Christmas. Who's giving you any Christmas presents? Nobody. So who's giving you any presents on or gifts on Valentine's Day? Nobody. You have to give others. So really, men are not dying. Men are not conscious of these holidays like anniversaries. No one's giving men anything on anniversaries or anything special. A tie? Great. Anything like nothing. I'm not saying all, okay? I'm not saying all, but a lot of men feel this where these special holidays, men are not enjoying it. No one is caring about men on these special holidays. No one gives a shit about men on Father's Day because that's barely celebrated. No one gives a shit about men's birthdays because that's barely cared about. So this is why I disagree, because if he doesn't celebrate it, it's probably because he's not thinking about it. Probably because, you know what? For men, birthdays in general are just not important. Holidays for men in general are just not important. Okay? That's why the problem is a lot of women don't understand men in that kind of capacity. He's not thinking about it because, or he's not celebrating, or he's not thinking about it because he hates you. Could be. But I believe there's other nuance to, if he's not hating you, right? Because he could be. It's because it's not a special day. Birthdays in general for men are not special days. Holidays for men in general are not special days. They're not. Okay? Special days for men are not special. They're just another day, or a day that men have to give out money. That's it. So men are not enjoying these days. So since men aren't enjoying it, men don't commit it to memory. That's something that a lot of women seem to not comprehend. Since childhood, like once, for most men, after they reach a certain age, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 13, it's all holidays are stopped celebrated with him. Right? Birthdays he barely get anything for. Christmas he's barely getting anything for. Like anything other holidays he's barely getting anything for, if at all. So for men, for young boys, these holidays are barely celebrated. There's no Sweet 16 for men, right? Men are not gifted anything throughout. After a certain point in time, men are not given anything, right? So that is why men don't necessarily, it's not by malice, right? That's why I said, yeah, he could hate you, but there's also nuance where there's no malice in it, that he's just another day to him. So he does not commit these things, these days to memories. So that could be the nuance. And that's the thing that a lot of women seem to not understand. Not necessarily. It could be, like I said, I want to give women credit where it's due. It could be hate, but it also could be, it's just not a day that he celebrates. So there's not a day that he commits to memory. So it's not that he hates you. Now, on the flip side, where, like I said, I agree, is that, okay, if I agree to that, it has to agree to the both sides. Where, fine, men, if you think that men should celebrate, great days for you, you better be celebrating, special holidays for him. But there's a probability they don't.
And even worse, if he starts an argument and he doesn't want to see you, or you guys end up in a fight that night, he loathes you.
Now, yeah, I mean, I guess I'll give her that credit where, if you start arguments and stuff, I think anyone who's trying to start arguments and shit, it's like, they don't really like you. I don't think they really like you that much. So I think that's in general. It's not about your birthday or not. I think if people starts arguments, it's like, one, they're chaotic, they're drama filled, and yeah, they probably don't like you that much. Starting arguments, it's like, honestly, it's a headache.
You are a convenience to him, and that day is an inconvenience. He does not want to spend money on you, he does not want to celebrate you, and he does not want to make...
And this is a thing where a lot of women gotta realize. So let's think about this logically. You are with this man to a point in time where you can celebrate a birthday with him. Did he get you gifts before? Did he not get you gifts anytime? Right? I don't know, if you passed the Valentine, did he not get you a gift then? If you passed a Christmas, did he not get you a gift? It's like, how did this man treat you before this day? Right? If he starts arguments often, if he, barely ever buy gifts for, because this is the thing, men all know it. Gift giving is women's love language. So a man that never bought a woman a gift, does he really like her that well? Honestly, I don't think so. Okay. So did he not get you any gifts before this day? Because one, if he did, you're going to put all your baskets on, he gave me gifts all these other times, but you know what? On my birthday, he doesn't, he must hate me. Instead of the nuance I said. That's the thing where he must hate me, then you're delusional. Now, if he doesn't give you gifts or, treated you well before your birthday, but now you care that, because on your birthday, he still didn't, treat you well. Well, come on, girl. You knew that he wasn't treating you well beforehand. So really, your birthday, so what? He wasn't that good to you before, right? He didn't show you that he cared for you beforehand. It's only because, you're a glutton for punishment.
You feel appreciated because he doesn't like you. Men will show you exactly how they feel. They're not faking it. And I don't care if he's broke. A card at Walgreens or even the dollar store is $1, possibly $3. And most of us girls, that means more than the physical gift. So
I'm doubtful of that. I'm not saying all women are that, there are probably some good amount where it's the thought that counts, but I believe more often than not, I believe more towards the majority, not any kind of gift.
No, it is not in your head. You are not crazy. You are not imagining things. If he does not celebrate you in whatever capacity he can on your birthday, he does not like you, and I would even go as far as to saying he hates you. And yes, a man will be with you even when he hates you. It's strange, it's weird, it makes no effing sense. They will be with you even when they hate you.
Let's think about that in reverse. You will still be with a man even if he hates you as well, right? I mean, like, is he alone in this relationship? You would still be with a man even if he hates you. I just did a video, okay, of a woman. This man ghosted her, right? This man ghosted her, and she's still trying to call him. She's still wondering what he's doing, still wanting to get with him. He ghosted her, right? This man said that, oh, I don't want to make time for you. I'll make time for you when I feel like I make time for you. She's still stressing about him. She still wants to be with him. So really, women will be with men that hates them. Hell, women will be with men that abuse them, cheat on them, mistreat them, lie. Women will still be with terrible men. So really, okay, I don't understand that either. I don't understand why women are being with men that mistreat them. Please tell me why. I don't understand that. Okay? I don't understand men being with women that he hates. But I don't understand how women be with men that hate them. Make that make sense. Like, seriously, you're trying to explain this shit. Like, you know so much. How about explain that? Why are you with men that hate you? Right? Why? Why are you with men that mistreat you? Why? Why are you attracted to men that mistreat you? Why do you stress about the men that mistreat you? Please tell me that. Why do women like stress over, hunger for, attracted to, desire terrible men? Why? I don't know. Please tell me. I really want to know the reasoning, okay? Because honestly, I can't figure it out. Okay? I can't figure it out how women are such gluttons for punishment.
Sometimes they just want to experience you and have you around. And as I said before, to raise their stock.
Okay, fine. Sometimes they just want to experience you and raise your stock. Okay, then why do you be with these men? Does that raise your stock? Do you just want to have these men that treat you terribly around? Okay, fine. You this is the thing where, fine, you made it sound logical in a sense, which I don't know, I necessarily agree with, but fine, you made that sound logical. Where's the logic in women wanting to be with these types of men? Please tell me that, because I can't think it. Doesn't sound logical to me, right? It could sound logical where a man be with this woman because it raises his stock. Where's the logic in a woman being with this man? Because it doesn't raise her stock, does it? Does it raise her stock with being this man that treats her well? Or is because he's a top tier man? Because if he's a top tier man, does being with you actually raise his stock? Because I don't know. I don't really think so. But I would love to know. What do you guys think? All right, guys. I think that's it for tonight. I had fun. Watched some interesting videos. So hopefully you guys liked it. Thank you for all the love, for the support. Mr. Sammy, thank you for stopping by. Elk, I love you. Thank you for, stopping by too, my brother. Thank you for you to check out the live in the beginning. It's all good. Gayism, thank you for the new sub, right? It's awesome that you stopped by. So love that. Everyone else, thank you. Thank you for the love and support. Thank you for stopping by. It's amazing that you guys would even check this nobody of me. Hey, sometimes I'm not really that interesting. I'm not that big. So thank you for the love and support. Right, it means the world to me. You guys are amazing. Thank you, guys.